the first episode of Sith Happens. We're sponsored by the Collectibles. I'm Thor Gunderson, and here with my co-host, Jedi Chris Moret.
How you doing, everybody?
And we're here with a special guest today, Mr. Charles Carosa, who's he's a distributor, a collector over 20 years. He now distributes pop culture art, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, you name it. And Charles, say hello to the folks, bro.
Hello, everybody.
I know that's right. I've been waiting to meet this man for a long time. Met him in some of the Boeing groups, man. Really cool dude. Charles, tell us something about yourself, man, about your collection and, you know, what you do and some of that nice art you got behind us, bro.
Sure. Well, at heart, I'm a longtime statue collector, but on the world of Star Wars, since I could basically walk, I've collected it. I've gone from everything from owning basically every Star Wars Lego figure ever made, not including the 24-karat gold ones because I don't consider those real figures. But I had an entire collection of every Star Wars Lego figure to growing up with the plastic figures hanging on my walls, and now have gone into the statue world, which is what my passion has really been for about 20 years now. Statue collecting basically took over when I saw my first Bowen piece, and I tried my best to stay true to it. And then Star Wars is always at heart. I mean, look, Millennium Falcon. You gotta love Star Wars. We were born and raised on it. The movies have been around forever, and it's ingrained in basically all of us, starting from the early movies to what we are going to be seeing soon. Can't wait for that one.
I know that's right. Chris, tell us how, you know, your introduction to Star Wars, and tell the people how you became a fan and everything, and then I'll get into it last.
Well, the Jedi have been the protectors of peace and justice for thousands of years. However, at age 4, back in 1977. Anyway, moving on. My parents took me to see it when I was a little kid, and I've been hooked ever since. So I downsized as I got older. You know, it was too cool to have toys in my bedroom. And then 1997, when they did the re-release, it came back tenfold. I couldn't get enough. And any movie, cartoon, fan film, I could find it on a DVD. I was buying it, and now I have original action figures from 1977 all the way to now. My spare bedroom is now a shrine to Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and droids, Ewoks, Rebels. There's a little bit of Tron in there, but that's okay. That's another movie I like, but that's for a different time. And now meeting you guys, I mean, I've got a whole healthy appreciation for these statues, and I absolutely want some. But where am I going to put it? That's the problem.
That's the key.
We're all in that same boat.
Yeah. Well, for me, like you, 5 years old, my mother took me to see The Empire Strikes Back, and I can still remember the experience, like, to this day. And I was hooked. When I heard I was your father, I had no idea what he was talking about, but I knew I loved it. I've always loved Darth Vader. And my funniest Star Wars moment was didn't come till Return of the Jedi. And disclaimer, my mother was in love with Billy D. Williams, probably still is to this day. And so we watch it. She takes us after Sunday school to me and all my god brothers and sisters to see Return of the Jedi. She sits behind us, and we're all in front of her. And the part with the Sarlacc pit comes. And, he falls over the side. And my mother at the top of her lungs in this movie theater saying, "Lord Jesus, don't kill Billy D." Not Lando. Don't kill Billy D. So me and my god sister do like the slow turnaround and look at it. 8 years old, we stand at this one. Are you really in here saying, "Don't kill Billy"? Yes, child, don't kill Billy D. That's my baby. I was like, oh my God. So
you win.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's always I couldn't imagine life without it. I honestly couldn't imagine life without Star Wars because it's been part of my life for so long. And I had Darth Vader at my wedding, stormtroopers, all that kind of jazz. So, yep. it's you know, it's probably Star Wars fans out there got more stuff, or 501 people, but I probably be hard pressed to find a bigger Star Wars fan than me. Also, folks, we will be giving away a Coda Bakia fresh in the box Stormtrooper set. You know, we're gonna ask a trivia question later on, and so just keep that in mind and be ready. And probably I can't see the chat right now, so you're probably going to send your answers to SITH Happens at collectiverse.com. And whoever is the first, we'll look at the time to make sure you're the first one, and then we'll get your information and send it out to you. No charge for shipping or anything. Okay. So Charles, we're gonna get into your artwork, man. Show us what you brought for us and everything, and tell us a little bit about Choice Collectibles, and then give us some of your contact information and tell people how they can get a hold of some of your nice pieces.
Absolutely. Well, Choice Collectibles, we're also called Choice Fine Art. Okay. We are the industry leader in animation, superhero, and pop culture art. We are the licensed publishers of Marvel Fine Art, and we've risen to the top of the pop culture art world by really providing the finest that DC, Marvel, Disney, Warner Brothers, Hanna-Barbera, Peanuts have to offer. As you said in the beginning, we have over 20 years experience in pop and vintage art, and we have a long-standing commitment to creating on our own and distributing the most visually appealing limited edition art, unmatched, because we are the ones that are really producing it. And that is one side, and that's more on the Marvel side. But on the Lucasfilm side, we are a distributor for Lucasfilm art, okay? And what that really means is anything that anybody's really seen, and like Chris, you were saying, going back to 77 when the figures first came out, you know, Star Wars art has been out there, just not a lot of people knew about it. And what I mean by that is back in the 70s, and I'm going to turn it over to these fine pieces that you see right here. These are from an artist, and his name is Robert Bailey. And Robert Bailey has really pioneered Star Wars art in and of itself, in the fact that back in the day, George Lucas himself commissioned Robert Bailey to do art for him in his own private collection. So that's why anytime that you get a piece from us, and most likely it will come from us because Choice Fine Art signed an exclusivity with Mr. Bailey. So anything that comes out from him, it will be coming from Choice Fine Art. And what he does is all of his pieces, it's all pencil, and it's all heavy, heavy pencil-driven art. I saw this man myself doing art at our last fall event, and I got to tell you, having a conversation with him, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm talking about it. Just sitting with him and watching his hand go as he's doing an inscription, like on this R2-D2 piece over here for one of our clients. It's just unmatched. You don't really see anything like that. And to get a collection like this, it's really special because each piece is different in and of itself, because the man is literally, and it's like any artist, they're creating it right then and there, but he changes his hand motion a little bit, or he moves it a little different way. You get a different piece. What we also have that we can offer on the Robert Bailey side is we could do private commissions. Okay. Now, what that means is, Chris, let's say back in the original Star Wars, there is a scene that you like more than anything. It's Luke Skywalker coming out of the den after taking the sip from Aunt Beru, and he comes out and he sees the two moons. If you like that scene enough and you get a still image of that, we can then send that image to Mr. Bailey, and he will do that piece for you. It is a one of a kind. It's your piece. Okay. So that's on the Robert Bailey side. One of the other artists that we do a lot of work with, his name is Rainy Martinez. Now, Thor, I had shown you a couple of pieces of this, and anybody who's a fan of Collectiverse may have seen Thor's post today about his lovely Boba Fett statue, which I'm jealous about. And the print that he got, excellent print. I love that piece. Along those same lines, and what Mr. Martinez does is pieces such as this.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Okay. Again, we just got this portfolio from Mr. Martinez. His artwork is bar none.
Very impressive.
Wow.
Very impressive.
Okay, very lifelike, unbelievable stuff.
Wow.
Look at that kid.
I love that Kylo, yeah.
Kylo Ren, killer. So that's Mr. Martinez. And then you get into the heavy artist. And what I mean by that is the old school color to canvas. Let's put it that way. Heavy brush strokes, heavy things like that. And this is another one of our in-house guy. We do a lot of work with him. This is Mr. Christopher Clark.
Wow.
Okay, and this piece, we all know this is from one of the newer ones. The video probably doesn't do it any justice, and anybody that wants to see anything, you can just hit me up and I'll send you some images to really see the pictures of his brushstroke and see how that paint really hits the canvas. Really, really, really amazing stuff. That's a little taste and flair of what I brought for all of Collectiverse today. Really, anything that anybody sees out there, if it's something that they are interested in, chances are that Choice Fine Art can get it for you. We can track it down. We have a lot of distributors. We have a lot of people that we purchase art from for our clients, or we do private commission work just like this. And we've been doing it a long time. Ari Goldman is the owner of my company. He's been in this industry, like I said, for over 20 years. He's got a very, very good name in the art world, and everybody knows him very well. And I'm happy that I'm part of the team now to be able to give this to now my channels, Thor, Chris, and the entire Collectiverse, and to introduce this type of thing to us statue collectors, because as we know, Thor, you're set up back there. I see a little wall space back there. You got a little bit. How much?
It's a big wall right here. That's wide open. So
we like to complement our pieces. Right. Okay. As a statue collector, if you're like me, we're either complementing it with another statue. I know a lot of guys like to do comic books, trading cards, what have you. But we're running into the same thing. All of us statue collectors are running into the same thing. We're running out of display area.
Yeah.
So the only place that you can go is up.
Right.
And there's wall space there. Now, with regards to art, I would say you pick one or two pieces that really pop at you. If it's, your new Boba Fett statue that you have back there, you get a nice Fett piece and it complements it really well. Every time you go down those stairs, Thor, and you see that piece, it's like, boom.
Right.
There's my setup.
It makes a big difference when you have the artwork to go with the piece. It just enhances your display so much better. You know what I mean? Chris, you have any questions for Charles at all? Or?
No, actually, I really like what he has there. I'm running out of wall space, not only in my house, but also at my office. And I would definitely like to see what some of the other pieces that his company has. Because, that one with Finn fighting the trooper, and you've got Han Solo and Chewbacca engaged in a firefight. It's very alive. I like it very much. So,
yeah, we have what I could do again. And like I said, Thor, you told me to give my contact information.
Yeah, please.
At any time. Our website is choiceartgroup.com. That's where you'll find the bulk of our Star Wars pieces. We're in the process right now as a company that we're combining two of our websites together. I had a very long meeting about that today. So what we're doing is we're making it all one, and it's all, going to wind up on the Choice Art Group site. But in the interim, we have a toll-free number for anybody that might be countrywide or overseas, Richard, you know, you can always get in touch with me. We have a 800 number. It's 877-422-4642. Okay, that's a toll-free number. Reach out to us anytime. I am usually there anytime from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard to 5 o'clock. Or feel free to send me a PM on Facebook. My name's Charles Carrazza. Last name is Carozza. Send me a PM. Tell me that you saw the vlog tonight, and whatever I could shoot you, I can send you over Mr. Bailey's portfolio. We actually just got a ton of his work in, and we're in the process of uploading it as we speak. But I wanted to give just a little nibble of what we have to offer. This one right here, the Han Solo, this is called Tractor Beam Trap. We actually just got that piece yesterday, and I said, I'm taking that one tomorrow.
Well, tell us what shows you're going to be appearing at, you know, around the country as far as your displays and everything.
Absolutely. We are roughly signed up right now for anywhere between about 6 to 8 shows right now, but we're getting more. We do all the major Comic-Cons. We do New York Comic-Con. We do San Diego Comic-Con. We do WonderCon. We do the show up in Toronto, Toronto Comic-Con. We have a couple of local shows. We do a bigger one that's in Seattle. I don't remember the name of it. If there's anybody here from Seattle, I'm sorry. We're there. I believe we do one down in Texas. And then we have our spring show, our spring collector show that's going to be in California this year, which it's in California every year, but we spread it around a little bit. This year, we're going to be in San Francisco. And what that really is a special show that we put together for some of our clients that have been with us for a long time, but they could be new clients that have done business with us, and we invite them in. We put them up in the hotel, and we do some sightseeing. I think I was talking to you guys. We're going to be doing a Pixar show. We're going to be going to wine country, Alcatraz. We're going to be doing, and then we do the sightseeing. We come back. We have a very good dinner, and then it's time to buy some art. We do a very elaborate spread, and it's at those shows too that we try to touch on stuff that maybe that collector hasn't seen yet. Like if we get a special, let's say we get a special Marvel piece that we just finished doing a signing with Stan Lee that we haven't posted on our website yet. Nobody has seen it. We'll bring it to a show like that, and we'll give those clients a first crack at that piece, and it kind of makes them feel special. And we try our best to do everything that we can for those clients to show them that, you know, we care about their business. I mean, the bottom line is it is a business, and we try our best to take care of those that take care of us, you know, and we really try to go above and beyond, whether it's special shipping or I can tell you what we go through with shipping a very large piece of art.
Yeah, if it's anything like the pieces that come from Singapore, I can imagine.
Well, I don't think anybody's and I don't think anybody's like XM or Prime One, but we do our due diligence to make sure when you're buying a piece of art from us, especially if it's framed, we do framing. You could buy either raw pieces from us, just a raw canvas, not framed, or you can purchase it framed. If it is a framed piece, it's bubble wrapped and peanutted and everything you could possibly imagine to make sure that it is sent well. And we ship FedEx just for insurance purposes and tracking, and we make sure that you're happy.
Now, how much typically do your pieces go for?
We have the broadest range. You can get a simple Marvel lithograph for $50, and we have some old Disney art. I'm talking like original production cells from, say, Cinderella or Snow White that go for $25,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that like cells, like actual cells from the movie that were used?
Actual cells that were used in the actual movie.
Wow. Wow, that's impressive.
But yeah, definitely we have a lot of art to offer, and that's why what I like to say to my clients is, if there is a specific character or genre or what have you, like for this, if somebody says, I like Luke Skywalker, I have all of his statues, I can't wait for the XM statue to come out, I'm waiting for that one to come, I have a better shot to get you more art, let's say, or more of an option, rather than saying, well, just go to the website and go check out this.
Right.
I will personally go into our archives. I'll take some pictures for you, and I'll shoot them over to you, either email or text or messenger on Facebook, and let you see exactly what I like this one. I had a client today. I like this, but I like that background. And then I was able to merge together two kind of pieces to come together to one. And hopefully he's going to go for it.
That's what's up. Now, a little off topic now. My other cohort, my YouTube channel, Rodney from Darth Castle, he's a big time Punisher fan. You guys have any Punisher art? Just curious, so I can.
Absolutely, I do. I know exactly who you're talking about, and I'm going to send you a picture tomorrow.
Okay.
That's deep in the archives. I got to go into a couple of draws for that one, but I know exactly what I'm going to send you.
Get ready, Rodney. Sorry, brother.
Rodney, I got you. Trust me.
Well, did you have any more questions for him, Chris? Or
no, I'm good. I'm looking forward to seeing some other stuff, and I'm trying to dream right now of what, if I could do something custom, what would I pick, and how big,
That's the biggest thing, and that's what we ran into at our Fall Classic, that our clients were talking to Mr. Bailey directly, and they're like, I love this movie and I love this scene, and he's like, oh yeah, I know exactly what he want, what that is. If you want me to do a commission for you, just let me know what size you want. Like, that was the conversation they were having with this man. And I'm literally just standing there like, look at this. This is like incredible. And that's what our in-house artists really do for our clientele. And I'll take another one real quick from that show. We had one of our Disney artists there, Jim Mulligan. He's been a Disney artist for over 20 years. And one of his parents were buying some art, and they brought their two kids, and the youngest one was like, oh, I love art. I love to draw. I just really love this. I love what you did with this aerial piece, this, that, the other thing. And he just went up to them and said, who do you like? And they're like, well, we just got done watching Lilo and Stitch for like the 20th time. And he's like, you know what? He goes, Charles, do me a favor. Find me a piece of paper. I'm running around this show looking for a plain white piece of paper. I give it to him. This man literally takes pen in hand, and I swear to you, in literally like 8 to 10 minutes, he drew this Lilo and Stitch drawing for these kids. And it was like old hat. These guys are unbelievable. It's like, I'm going to go with the Star Wars motif. It's like when a Jedi picks up their lightsaber, it's just like zing, and they're ready to go.
Right.
It's amazing to see these guys and what they do to go above and beyond, not just for our clients, but for our collectors.
Well, for any reason, if anyone can't get in contact with him, contact me or all the groups, and so is Charles, and we can hook you up with him. But fellas, we're gonna move on to the next subject here. As we look at the clock, we're about 2 weeks away from the Last Jedi, and thoughts, expectations, predictions. Chris, we'll start with you, man. What you got for us?
What do I have? Let me I think it's gonna be a lot more action packed than obviously episode 7. Just based on the previews alone, there's a lot of speculation about Luke crossing the dark side and maybe Rey training with Kylo Ren. But those are called teaser trailers for a reason. They give you little nuggets, and they do it out of sequence, and it throws you off. So when you actually go see the movie, you're going to be completely surprised.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to actually watching Luke train Rey. So he's passing on the knowledge he learned from Obi-Wan and Yoda, and now he's passing it on to the new generation. my biggest thing is I really want to know what's the mystery behind Supreme Leader Snoke.
Yep.
I mean, he's looks like he's more powerful than Palpatine, but you know, nowhere is he ever mentioned in any of the previous books, comic books, novels. So I'm like listening. I was looking on the internet for quite a while, but I'm trying to steer away because I don't want to get my hopes up and get disappointed. But I would like to definitely know more about him. But I think what makes him more alluring is the fact is there is a mystery. No one knows. You can't put, you know, two things together and come up with a solid hypothesis. I think it's just he's new. He's a mystery. So more and more we want to know more about him. So, you know, trying to find a piece in the store, whether it's a small figure or one of those Funko bobbleheads or something like that, they're gone. I mean, they're gone, you know. So I'm thinking that it's going to end with I think there's going to be a lot of very heavy moments in that movie based on some of the stuff I read. But I think all in all, it's going to be full of action, and we're probably going to see some old characters with their charisma and their action and all that good stuff. So I'm looking forward to that.
Charles, what do you think, brother?
I totally agree. I think with all the controversy that's really going around right now with Snoke, I think everybody's really waiting for that. I think all of us in general, we're really waiting to see what is going to happen in this movie, because we got that teaser at the end and Luke just turns around with the metal hand and he grabs the lightsaber. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sitting in the movie theater going, don't roll the credits, man. Don't roll the credits.
Yeah.
This is what we want. And I think, Chris, I'm dead on point with you. I think we all want to see the difference on how Luke is going to train her like Obi-Wan trained him, or is it going to be how is it going to be different? How is it going to be similar? What is he going to, you know, and we've all seen the trailer with the groundbreaking, whatnot. How is he going to pull her from when Luke went into the cave and he went up against Vader? That's like her cave movement. You know, I think we want to see that. But I agree with you, Chris. I think the biggest crowd thing is going to be, who is Snoke? What's his power? And how is he really going to affect not just this movie, but how is he going to then take it into the next movie and the movie after that? Because he's not going to be a one-fer. They're definitely going to carry that character for at least a couple of more movies because he is the ultimate being. But where does he really fit in? That's what I want to know. Yeah,
where did he come from? Exactly.
Yep.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because some of the videos I've watched, now this is purely, this might not have anything to do with anything we've seen, but, you know, my just putting pieces together. I saw one video that suggested that he was from the Old Republic, you know, the time, like, you know, when the Sith Empire and all that stuff was around. So, and then the announcement came out that Rian Johnson is going to be making another trilogy. Now that's interesting because he could link together the past and what we're seeing right now. If he is from the Old Republic, then when they make those new trilogy, he'll be a part of it. You know what I mean? So that's what I find really interesting. And then what else I'm looking forward to is who is Rey? Because I have two theories about that. Because in The Force Awakens, if you looked at her saber style, like watch that, then go back watch Revenge of the Sith, and watch Palpatine's style and watch her style. They both have that kind of thrust motion and everything. And I mean, it could mean nothing, but they could have put that in there to suggest that she is related to the Emperor. Because I was always bothered that she just came in with no training, never picked up a lightsaber, and basically mopped the floor with Kylo Ren, who's been trained by Luke. He's stopping lightning, laser bolts and all, freezing people in their tracks, but he can't defeat her in a lightsaber battle. So that, or now this is basically based on marketing and how they've put the movies together. Now, after Episode 9, they've announced that it's going to be a Kenobi film, and that just seems interesting because you know, it's going to be his time on Tatooine. Like, you know, well, why do we need to see him living on Tatooine and watching after Luke? Well, we would if she's related to Kenobi and we find out how she came to be. You know what I mean? So that would make that movie. If you see what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So those are my two theories. I'm guessing either. I really don't think she's related to Han or Leia. You know, I don't think that's or even Luke. You know, but I say either Kenobi or Palpatine. It would really be hot if she was related to Palpatine. Then shit would really get juicy.
I definitely don't think it's Han or Leia because I believe even though we all know how secretive the Star Wars movies can be, there would be some kind of Easter egg in there. They would have dropped even the littlest hint that one of us nuts would have been like, "Did you see that? Did you see that?" Yeah. I mean, that's my feeling.
And looking to the future, I'm really looking forward to this Han Solo movie. I'm really because
at first I was like, but yeah, I agree with you.
Because I always thought that's why I was praying when they, you know, before they announced this Obi-Wan movie, I was praying it would be Boba Fett. Praying because it just he for him to be so popular, we've barely seen him do anything. And I've always wanted to see him do his thing, you know what I mean? And I've always wanted to see them deal with the Outer Rim and Jabba and the smuggling and all. I mean, you know, we all love you know, Darth Vader's my favorite character. You know, we all love the Force and Jedi, but I think if done right, that Suicide Squad wouldn't have nothing on this. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? If they did that one and I had the perfect guy picked out to play him, I don't know his name. Have you guys seen this new Magnificent Seven movie?
No.
See it. There's a guy that plays. He's like a Mohawk, and he's part of their group. And when I saw it, I said that dude would be perfect to play Boba Fett. You know what I mean? Because he had that cold demeanor, you know, like Boba does. You know, and I want to see how he gets the Falcon from Lando, and you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Han Solo movie. I mean, especially
I just want to see another Nien nub.
So yeah, man. But we'll find. Speaking of that, there's also going to be. We're not going to be on next week because my wedding anniversary is going on a cruise. You know, so you know how that goes. I appreciate it. 2 years, people. So, but the Thursday before the movie, we will be on and we will be giving away a Last Jedi gift pack, include some pops and some other things. And details will be put up on the page and all the groups because I believe it's just for subscribing. You get entered into the contest, but I'm not quite certain on that. I was looking for that information, but we'll get it out to you once we post everything. But now I want to put the question up so you guys can win these stormtroopers, and you're gonna send your answers to SITH Happens at collectiverse.com, and we will be checking exactly who sent the answer in first. And the question is, get your Googles ready. What is Palpatine's first name? What's his real name? Not the Emperor. Not
Chris,
Palpatine.
You can't answer.
Okay, I won't share.
So whoever gets that, we will be sending you the Stormtroopers brand new inbox. And each show we're going to be trying to give away some stuff. So, you know, good luck, everybody. So now we want to talk about some pieces that came out or what pieces you're getting in or Star Wars pieces you're looking forward to. We had some technical difficulties. We did have some pictures to show you, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen. But next show, we'll get it right, folks. So, Chris, you seen anything lately that you? Honestly,
I finally got to see and I know it's probably not brand new, but the Ben Kenobi, the Mythos Polystone statue. That it's funny because I saw the sideshow. Collectible version, and that's the one I'm really seriously contemplating getting. But now that I saw that Mythos statue,
not even close.
I mean, it's really good detail. It's very similar but he looks a lot more, you know, disheveled and dirty, and obviously just, you know, really dealing with the desert, the heat during the day and the cold at night. I mean, it might look good right behind me, you know, lots of space, you know. So, you know,
plenty of space on that bureau.
I'm telling you, right there. That look good. So yeah, but that's the one that's caught my eye. I mean, I've seen some of the other ones. Like when I was at Comic-Con, you know, I saw the Captain Phasma and the, you know, the new ones coming out, and I mean, her chrome polish is just shiny. It's definitely mesmerizing. I tried to take some photographs of it with my cell phone to send it to Ian, because I was down there, but it didn't do it justice. It's really neat. You got to see that thing in person, really. So yeah, I'm excited.
I did the same thing at New York Comic-Con. I tried to get a good shot of it, and I was just like, you know, after like the 10th one, I'm like, I'm done, because it was just glare, and then you just couldn't get the, like you said, anybody who was interested in that piece. I like it. Am I a buyer of it? Probably not, just because of space and where I'm going. But anybody who is into that character, I have to tell you, the shine and shimmer, like Chris is saying, that is on that piece, she pops more than any piece that I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely.
Well, I have I got the Han Solo PF on pre-order, and looking forward to that. Eventually I'm gonna have to get Chewie to go with him, because you just can't have him without Chewie, you know what I mean? So
of course.
The dynamic duo, man.
Yeah. And that Hot Toys Vader, the grandfather mask, just the Kylo Ren had in Force Awakens, Hot Toys is releasing that, and I don't care how many 7-Elevens I got to hold up, or how many kids I got to tackle to take their lunch money. I will be having that, and he will be going right over here, you know. So when that goes up, you know what time it is. But other than that, I just 2 weeks ago got the Iron Studios Vader in, very impressive. It's I would say movie accurate. Far as if you want a Vader, that would be the way to go. But still, Vader Mythos is my favorite Vader piece still to this day. It's just something about it that captures. Because the problem with Vader, we've talked about it on a CV show not too long ago. He pretty much through the whole thing looks the same, you know what I mean? And with that one, it's different. You've never really seen him like that, you know, like kind of vulnerable and contemplating what it is, the choices he's made and things, you know, to bring him to where he is. So yeah, and I got the Darth Maul PFN. That's a great piece. But my boy Gary Speed, special shout out to him, pointed me in the right direction to get the robe to put on him. And it's a matter of fact, I'm just tilted over there. You see him over there, Hank.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I haven't turned the sabers on, but the robe really makes a big difference. That should have been the exclusive, in my opinion. You know, the saber, the cut in half saber is nice, but the robe really takes it to a whole nother level. You know, and but then we got Boba Fett in XM, and I can't really the word I can't even describe words for that. It's just. Vader Mythos was my favorite statue until I got that, and I didn't think too much would dethrone that one, you know. But it was my first XM piece, and it truly, even the packaging is different stratosphere over. You know, it's crazy. You wouldn't think that a box and styrofoam, you know what I mean? You just wouldn't even think that, but until you open one of these XM pieces and they got straps, you're not dealing with tape, and then when you look in the book. And it tells you exactly where each piece is, and you know what I mean. It's you know, other companies. I mean, I'm not gonna say any names. You go in there and you're searching for it, and where's this go? Oh, okay, I think it goes here. No, not XM. Literally 15 minutes, you done. You know what I mean? So putting it back in the box would also be a very easy experience. You know, I know you got a few XMs too, Charles. That you can atone for that. You know.
No, it's good. You just said it perfectly. That XM literally goes above and beyond. I mean, when I opened the Darkness, and that was my first XM piece. And when I opened that statue, well, first of all, I got the box when I came home from work. I was like, it took up my living room. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I got it in my office here, and I'm like, okay, I've heard all the people posted about it, and it's like, put your hat on and get ready because this is going to take you a while. And it did, but you are 100% right in the fact of you open the box, and then you have this hard box. It's like hard cardboard. Then you get that off. Then you're facing, like you said, those straps. And I'm not talking just little Velcro, people. I'm talking big, hunking, like suitcase straps. And then you're lifting off this thick styrofoam. Now, just like I'm sure with your store, with that FET, Darkness was like 400 pieces. And if it didn't have that book, I would have been lost. That and three YouTube videos on how to get Jackie into that base. But you have and they take the time with the book, and blue 1 goes into this hole and don't go to number 2 until 1 is in place. It's that easy. They do it.
Yeah, ain't no question. It's you know what I mean. Let me see what else we got here.
Yeah, just want to announce real quick that we have a winner for the Stormtrooper statues.
Oh, sweet.
So we have the winner is from Paradox Nerd, and the answer is Sheev Palpatine.
All right. Who's our winner?
It just says Paradox Nerd is their call name, but it doesn't give them their actual name. So we'll get that information. Please send it to us so we can get that to you. Good job. That's a tough name, but not everyone. There's only two books so far that actually he mentions his name. So
right,
that might be the next one. Which 2 books are they?
I don't know. There he is.
Jedi Chris knows.
Well, tell us, Jedi Chris. Like, no, we'll save that.
No. Yeah. That's gold right there, man. Wait.
So yeah, we'll be getting these out to you before I get on the ship. So please send it tomorrow so I can get it up. So that's great. So I think we're coming toward the end here, fellas. Any closing remarks? Anything to add?
Me personally, I just want to thank Collectiverse and Thor and Chris for having us. Choice Fine Art. We will do anything and everything that we possibly can for our members here. I want to thank you for allowing me on your show tonight. I had a blast. Anytime that I get into this is my first chat live with you guys. I've been on many a chat with all the other guys, and it was a blast to be in the same group and talking the same trash, and I really appreciate that. And whatever I can do for any of my fellow collectors in the world of art, please let me know, and I will do everything that I can for you. Chris, thank you so much for allowing me on the show tonight.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming out. And I know Thor has done an awesome job being the senior host of the show, because I am not an IT wizard whatsoever.
Me neither.
Neither am I.
So I appreciate his technical prowess on this whole process. So we can only get better. That's the bottom line. But yeah, this has been fun. Time is just flying by, but I'm looking forward to our next episode, talking about Star Wars, and here pretty soon. New stuff, guys. New stuff.
No doubt. And then we're also going to cover Rebels and, all the comic books and everything, not just the movies, but upcoming pieces coming out. So it's a lot to talk about. Now that Disney's taking over, it's something coming every year. So, Chris has been reading all the novels, which I got to catch up on. Well, I guess, we'll leave the novels to him, and I'll keep you posted on the comic books. And I got to go got a stack of the regular Star. I've been reading all the Darth Vader ones, obviously, but the Mace Windu ones are pretty good also. But that's for another show. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Charles, thank you, man. I finally got to meet you. You know, I've been talking to you for all this time. And sorry we couldn't hook up on that Beta Ray bill, man, but I was just scared the wings or something was gonna break off.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
So we appreciate y'all, and we'll catch you in 2 weeks, not next week. 2 weeks we'll be back, and that'll be a big show because we're gonna talk about the movie, and we're right on the precipice. And I believe Rich is gonna see it before me, so I gotta wait till Saturday because all my relatives will see it with me, of course, you know. So I'm gonna be sitting, no Facebook, no TV, no nothing for me. I'm just sitting there like in a dark room somewhere. But everybody, we appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. May the force be with you.
Have a good one, everyone.
Have a good one.